Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Adam is gone. It's been awesome to have him out here, but he's got to go back to work. We've replaced him with Rishi, who's back, and his island tug of gear. You turn around, I want to see that there. There you go. Do you know that the island right there is called Tugboat Island? Really? Like just on the other side of this bay. So maybe you're supposed to be over there. So Rishi works for the ferries here, and because of that he gets these free trips back and forth, and so he's able to go back into Vancouver, go do some stuff, and then come back out here and get back to work. What a nice guy, huh? Alright, so we're going to jump in on the starboard hull today because we raised it, we want to get it up, we want to get it sanded, we want to get it fiberglassed, and we want to put it back down again so that we can work on the port side hull as well. And then finish all the fairing, put some bottom coat on, splash this thing. We just kind of gave up on the tarps yesterday. The wind was real strong, got up to 90 kilometers an hour last night in gusts, and anyway, I gotta tell you that once this is over, tarps are banned on this boat. I'm not doing tarps ever again. God, I hate them. Ugh. So we're getting a little bit of sun today, but Mother Nature's still being the uncooperating bitch that she always is. And we got a massive amount of wind. We're trying our best to keep the dust under control, but it's a gong show in there. Oh, the tarps are just smacking up against you. We built the shelter as big and as orderly as we could, but then a 90 kilometer an hour gust comes in and tears out all the ropes. Sends big weights flying, you know. A lot of fun! We're gonna do some epoxy on the keel now, get it to start curing before we start laying on the glass. Alright, so we're breaking for lunch really quickly. I didn't film me epoxying, but I want to show you guys what I'm doing. First of all, I want to thank Rishi for his awesome DJing skills today. And that Oki speaker's been kicking ass. So here's the glass. I did one layer straight along the bottom, one layer that wrapped on either side, so that's two pieces, and then another layer straight on the bottom, and then lastly we're going to start the 6-ounce cloth like this that's up here. We'll wrap it around and it'll go up the other side. So in the end there'll be 4 layers of 6-ounce cloth right on the keel, and then below the waterline there was already these 2 layers 6-ounce CSM. So we're adding another 6 ounces to that, so that'll be 18 ounces, all with epoxy and glass and fairing. Thinking that less than that was good enough to last this boat 40 years of neglect. You know, a little bit more shouldn't hurt. Getting towards the end of the day, I just want to show you guys. I hit up the skegboard finally, cut out the Toledo worm damage, a new piece of fur with some stainless big long screws in there, a bunch of filler to make it nice and fill in every single void that's left over from those worms. We tried to cut out as much as we could, but there's inevitably going to be something up there. And then we sealed that whole thing right up, and I'm talking 5 layers there of glass, and we're still going to do the whole skeg board and another layer of glass. So there'll be 6 in total by the time that's done. It's good because that touches ground, so we need that to be strong. I got a little bit more time, still got a little bit of daylight. You can only kind of see my breath, so I'm going to lay up another piece of glass.
Battery dead.
All right, so we got everything on the starboard hull that we could do today, including the skeg board. Tomorrow we finish the starboard hull, hopefully, and we gotta do something about this back area. We paint it, fair it, all that stuff, and then drop it. Hopefully that works out. I want to give a massive thank you to Adam for coming out, for making me a banana bread old fashioned, for sanding like a monster for like an entire weekend and the Monday. I want to give a huge thank you to Rishi for being the world's greatest job site DJ, and also for sanding until his arms fall off. And Oki made that Bluetooth speaker we're using, and I can't believe how well it's held up. So good on them. And also huge thank you to Old Timers Industries for all the massive amount of epoxy I've been using. It's treated me really, really well. We're gonna have some dinner and a beer and go to bed. Start this tomorrow. Good morning. It's more sanding, more glassing, more sanding, more glassing today. We're gonna move on to the portside hull. We got some work on the starboard hull fairing as well, but hopefully we'll get done soon because we're really running out of time and I'm not sure we're gonna make it. I did a bad YouTuber thing and I forgot to film a lot of this. And once I started, I had my hands full of epoxy and I just didn't want to get them all over my camera. I destroy enough things as it is. Progress report. We got fairing, pretty much coating 80% of the starboard hull. So tomorrow, hopefully most of it will have kicked properly and we'll be able to sand it properly. And then do some bottom coat in some sections so that we can drop that hull again. I don't want to bottom coat the whole thing just yet because I don't think the whole thing will have kicked just yet. Moving over to the port side hull, as you can see, we have 80% of the inside of it fiberglass now. We've left the back little bit there where the skeg boards are. Just haven't got back there that far on the glassing yet. There's still some sanding to do back there. So port side hull, mostly glassed, a little bit of fairing way down there. I don't know if you can see it. And coming over to this side, nothing. We still have below the waterline sanded. So it's all above the waterline that we need to sand. But yeah, today just felt like I hadn't made much progress and in fighting to get those sheets up. We tried a bunch of new techniques. Rishi innovated the tape everything technique. Pretty good technique, Rishi. He's absolutely defeated. I'm absolutely defeated. I'm exhausted. I'm putting on a chipper voice for this video right now, but I'm freaking beat and I'm ready to crash. It's been a lot of fun. So I had bought a can of Interlux fiberglass bottom coat, which was suggested to me. Hi, Simon. And I talked to these guys a bit about it. That gallon was $277 for 1 gallon. And I need 3 gallons to do this. I'm already like in debt on this whole job, by the way. It cost the cost.
This stuff's around 160.
160 and
it's a hard ablative, so it stays on longer, works longer. It's more effective up to like 2 or 3 years you can get out of it. So
this is what, when we cleaned Vern's boat off, I want to say 6 months ago, he had been in the water for 3 years. And then we just used the pressure washer and it looked brand new. Like a light scrubbing could have cleaned his boat. He probably could have gone in for 4, maybe even 5 years on that coat. So yeah, very happy. Now, I'm not saying that he does a lot of whitewater cruising or anything, but...
The good thing about this hard ablative too is it's more environmentally friendly because you don't get it sloughing off into the water.
That's right.
So
that's right. It leaches, it doesn't slough.
That's right. So it's not, with the other types of paints, when you come up and you power wash, it's, makes it black the water or whatever color you're using, right? So, and it sloughs off when you're in the water cruising or whatever too.
So it should compensate for the massive amount of sanding I've been doing right next to the water line.
Yep.
And trying to keep it clean, but you know,
yeah.
it is. All right, well, hopefully it does. Honestly, Mother Nature owes me one after this last couple of years of trying to kill me, so call it even. Alright, another day of sanding done. I don't know if you guys, keen eyes, spotted Trevor stop by and helped us out with a little bit of the sanding. We got the entire port side hull sanded now. There's just like a little bit left to do, but tomorrow it's all glassing, and then yeah, we'll be fairing and painting and getting her in. We got a bit of that bottom coat on. I'm so excited to see the whole bottom of the boat painted. It's gonna be something else. I hope I make it. Hope I make it in time, because we got the drop-in date stretched a little bit. We're dropping in instead of on Friday, we're dropping in on Sunday, which is really nice of the yard here to have facilitated that and to come in on a Sunday and then drop me into the water. But we really do need to drop into the water then, and we need to be ready for it. I have a lot of work to do before I get there. So I'm gonna end today's episode, and hopefully it was entertaining. See you guys tomorrow.